What's up, everyone? James Livingston here, back again, giving you guys a market analysis, going over SPY, QQQ, IWM, all these main ETFs that we're all kind of correlating with the market and the market movement. Just want to give you guys some insight here so you know what to look forward to here Monday, November 11th. So first and foremost, we're going to start off with SPY. I'm going to go over SPY, QQQ, IWM, and then we might cover one or two of the large caps depending on how much time we have here. So apologize in advance if I look really tired. I just woke up probably about 20-30 minutes ago. But I know a lot of you guys find value in these videos, so I want to make sure that I get these out to you and start getting this going again, because I feel like it helps you guys. Helps you guys get prepared for the market here each and every day. So first and foremost, you're going to see a bunch of boxes and stuff on my timeline here, or on my chart. We do have a weekly preparation class in our Discord, Alpha Stocks Lab. Feel free, link is down in the description. Check it out. Definitely get involved, learn. But we go over these things every single Sunday, prepping everyone for the week, what to anticipate, etc. So first and foremost, just kind of giving an overview of what happened last week so we know why we got here in the first place. We had the elections on Tuesday. Obviously, the market reacted very well to Trump being elected. Wednesday into Thursday, I believe we had some news in there. I can't remember off the top of my head which news exactly it was. And then Friday we did get, Thursday was FOMC day, and then Friday was initial jobless claims, I believe, in the morning. So all week, just positive news. FOMC, the basis, 25 basis point cut was to be expected, and that's exactly what happened. So market just reacted as you would expect. It continued in the movement that it already had, in the momentum that it already had. So everything right now, super bullish. We are in a pretty heavy bull trend, on the daily. Came all the way down to our 60 EMA. Got a nice bounce. It was every time we get down to that 60 EMA, you can see we usually get some pretty steep bounces off of it. This one was no different. We bounced right off that 60 EMA right here, gapped up on election day, so on and so forth, all the way into Friday. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete some of these things just so you can kind of see from more of a blank screen what we're looking at here. So obviously daily volume is kind of tapering down a little bit as we move up. It's to be expected at some point here. We should be expecting at least a little bit of a pullback. I'm not talking like a straight drop back down into the 570s or anything like that, but there's a good chance now that we've hit this $600 psychological level here at pre-market, that we could potentially see a slight pullback here very, very soon. Not guaranteed. I mean, this thing could easily just continue to run through 600 to the next psychological levels, 601, 602, 603. Main ones that I would watch out for and keep on your chart are those $5 increments, 605, 610. Market tends to react mostly to those for stronger resistance levels. But if you are in plays, obviously taking profits at these dollar increments is crucial. So you can see here, like we were saying, market is continuously pumping right now, just pushing up over the last 3 days of last week. Now we are starting to, again, get into this weird situation where we're kind of getting almost overextended a little bit to the upside here, where we have this obvious upward channel here on the 4-hour time frame. But we do have some room to pull back down to potentially into the 590s, the low 590s again, to retest some of these key levels before we continue higher. It's normal that we can see these pullbacks. As you can see, we've had these ripper days like this before, and then we've had 50 to 60% pullbacks. That's why it's so important for these ones that you can start to use those Fibonacci retracement tools to find your entries. But anyways, right now, like I said, market is pushing up pretty strongly. What I would be anticipating for levels today, as of right now, you can see that as we're speaking here at 7:16 a.m., we still have 2 hours and 15 minutes till market open. We are still pushing higher. Like even as I speak right now, we are at 629, about to be at 600.30. So as of right now, the main level that I'd be watching for is that 600.5 spot. And again, this is going to shift as we head into the market. We probably will be above that come market open, or even come when you guys watch this video. So it's important to know that wherever that pre-market high is essentially where we are looking for the resistance to break out and continue higher come market open. Now, I would tread very carefully looking for upside right now. I would definitely be waiting for a better entry with a dip down. So I favor the downside here just a little bit more, just to see some kind of a relief pullback. With that being said, I think that obviously that overnight gap that we just had looks like at about 599.50, 599.55. That would be my kind of breakdown level. You can see it lines up right now with the 20 EMA. As we head into market open, it might line up a little bit more up here. So if I basically a dip back under 600, you're probably looking at a pullback at least somewhat into this gap here. Probably down to where this trend line is currently sitting at on this uptrend. So we could potentially see, you know, the low 599s even bounce come market open. But that's kind of what I'm looking at there for SPY, just kind of keeping an eye on, you know, the overall trend as we continue higher. Like I said, right now we're currently, as I speak, 600.3. We just set that in. Going to be looking for that high of the pre-market as our resistance level to break above. Moving on over to QQQ, similar price action, similar situation, very strong weekly push candle, reacted very well to the elections, FOMC, all that good stuff. Going down to the 15-minute time frame, I don't have to really let you guys know that we are essentially in the same exact kind of trend right now. We do have a little more of a pinching on this one, kind of like a rising wedge. These can typically be a little more bearish. As we have these rising wedges, that we could potentially see a sell-off maybe down towards this level right here, down into the 511, 512 area where we built this base before. I could see that happening here, coming to the open, or I've seen these also build strength and push even higher. So it's more of a neutral pattern for me, but I do lean bearish on these kinds of patterns as we have rising price action and I believe falling volume. So we have going up and volume is slowly, steadily going down. Something worth noting, a little bit of a divergence there. But as far as levels on QQQ, I am looking at, obviously, again, high of pre-market right now is all we really have to base off of. So the 4 a.m. open, we had just about 516 acting as our resistance. You can see even, like I said, as we speak right now, we are pushing up towards that level right now. So keeping in mind that as this moves up, we are going to be looking at the high of the pre-market as our level to watch out for. So that's for the upside. As far as downside, right now, it gapped up and we created this little wick right here, but I am going to put my level down here at the 515 flat because I do believe if you take a short here at 515.30, there's a good chance we can bounce from that 515 area as we have created resistance there before. So I want to see that break down completely. If that does break down, I do believe we can possibly touch down into the 513, mid to low 513 area before we can see some relief, or again even down into this 512 just about area. So that's what I'm looking at there on QQQ. Moving on over to IWM. So I kind of let the Discord know this last night. I was a little more bullish on IWM heading into today because of the pattern that we had set up here. I have it mapped out here just so you can see. So you can see we had a very clear resistance there at about 239. Price action was creating higher lows, kind of into this almost wedge pattern. It's unfortunate that it broke out here at the beginning of the day. But what this could signal for us is, these patterns, when they play out, we do still need to see a retest. So I would like to see that retest of 239 that you could potentially look for a potential entry. So looking at this, I'm going to go on I'll use a 30-minute time frame for IWM. I feel like it can kind of weed out the noise a little bit for this particular ETF. So like I said, already got the push up. So as of right now, I am looking at that 241.50 for upside potential continuation. And then for downside, I am looking at the beginning of this gap, 240.26. Down into that 239, maybe even a hair under 239, filling this gap completely down to possibly 238.30, and then you could look for a potential low risk entry for more upside if you wanted to. Again, it's not guaranteed that it will bounce, but if there was ever a spot to enter, I would say it's down in that 239 area. I would be patient, sit on your hands, and wait for that unless the upside does break. Then you could potentially take some scalps to the upside. So that's all for the ETFs there. I'm going to hop on over to Tesla. Tesla is absolutely a monster right now. Tesla is something I've been watching for a long time, as far as, knowing at some point we were going to break back up. It took a long time. I mean, we've been generally in this range since July of last year. So it's been quite some time coming for this kind of a push. The volume isn't even anything crazy yet. To be honest, on the weekly, like, we've seen stronger volume weeks. So right now, Tesla is looking like an unstoppable monster. Now, will there be pullbacks along the way? Of course, we can't just sustain a strong push forever. But the weekly is looking great. The daily still pushing. You can see in pre-market we're up $21 right now. We're up 6.6%, up to 342. So we go on the 4 hour here. Look at, just an absolutely crazy monster move. Now, with this being said, let's zoom on out here a little bit. I'm gonna try and pull my chart over and see, because now we're in an area where we need to kind of look back to see some resistance, because we can't see it clear enough right now. So if I go back here, we can see that we are currently sitting at 342-ish. So we're right here. We do have a little bit of an area coming up, looks like, from about basically the 350 level and over. So about 340s to 350s. This area is a possible rejection area. We've seen this before become a support, get lost, come up, be a rejection area, become a resistance. Moving on over here, again, you can see that at some point we broke above that. We held it as a level, popped up, came back down, held it, popped up again, held it, dropped down below it. So very key level right there that we're already starting to tap into. So we could potentially see 350 today. However, I would not bank on it going much higher than that just yet. I think that we are absolutely in territory for Tesla to have a pullback here. Nothing crazy, but I would really like to see that $300 level get retested. I think that we need to retest 300 in order to see just how strong we can hold it. So there is a chance, an opportunity here coming up, I believe, for some shorts on Tesla. Now, don't be looking at shorts only. At the same time, look at this. We have 347 just about. I would arguably put your level at 345.80s. I think you can get away with taking along there for a push up towards the $350 psychological level. I would definitely mark that off on your chart, because I do believe as we tap into that 350, we could potentially see some harsh reactions. So as far as downside right now, I would be looking at this wick, this bottom wick we have here from that second 30-minute candle in the open today. That's going to line up very nicely with our 20 EMA coming to open. I would expect if we break that, we could potentially see back down into the 330s, possibly even down to the 320s. So that's my plan in there for Tesla. But Tesla is ridiculously strong, just an absolute monster right now. Another one that everyone tends to play and look at is NVIDIA. So I am going to look over that one real quick. So we are at all-time highs yet again on NVIDIA, trending very nicely on the daily, again, gapping up with the market. Now, Friday's price action was a little more indecisive. We did get a little bit more of a sell-off and then kind of chop heading into the weekend, which is to be expected. Now, consistently, if we just look on even the 1 hour time frame here, bouncing off the 20 EMA consistently, and we're already starting to see that bounce again. I anticipate this one to go back up and retest at least that 150 area, probably here this morning. And as far as downside, we have a very, very clear level here at the 146.36, 146.35. Lines up with the 60 EMA there. I think if we break down below that, we're likely to see a pullback down probably towards this 200 EMA on the 30. So that's going to line up come morning, probably right around 144.9, 145. So I would mark off this little zone right here on your chart for a potential bounce. I still believe we're in very bullish territory here on Nvidia. But you know, again, with us being so overextended in the market, we just need to protect ourselves. So nonetheless, guys, I'm going to stop off there. I think I gave you guys a couple of good options there. If you're not in the Discord, we do put a lot more levels out every single morning for different stocks, all the ETFs, all the Magnificent Seven, and then some miscellaneous stocks as well. So definitely join in. You'll learn a thing or two every single day. I know I do. But yeah, that's about it, guys, for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please do leave a like, comment down below. Let me know what you guys like, what you guys think I could change, anything you think would add some value to these videos. And yeah, it's good to be back. You know, Alpha Stocks Lab, we just had our Miami boot camp, so it was down in Miami. Had a great time. Lots of really nice people there. It's cool to see people learning and, you know, starting to understand this stuff. And we're really trying to forge some real traders out there. So, you know, definitely join if you aren't a part of the community. It's good to have, you know, somewhere to just be accountable, have accountability, have people hold you accountable, and we're very honest in there. So definitely consider it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.